Spags!
Savior of the universe.
Loss happens to us all. Losing one's deck can be a severe blow. So what am I going to do about it? Well, I went to a website called Big Orbit Cards, and the pack arrived very quickly, I might add. Took 2 or 3 days, but I don't know how long it takes for you. So I got the cards here. Yeah, so I got my next dice back, got my test runs back, got a copy of Vitruvius back. I got most of my, I got my scavenge, back. Got 1 clone chip. I thought I ordered 2 clone chips. No, I did order 1 clone chip. No, because I only lost 1 clone chip. Okay. Unfortunately, I still haven't got all, and still need 2 more next silver. Yeah, so that's what I need really, 2 next silver. The rest, I can rebuy. So it's going to cost me 30 quid to get the 3 packs with, because of Friends in High Places, pre-sec, so price sec, and I want a full playset of Fairchild 3 again. So other than that, I've pretty much got all the main cards. And the rest were one-offs, which I can survive with only 2 copies of the cards remaining. So, oh, it's so good. I'm starting to, yeah, it's nice to see these again. So, if anyone's got any draft packs with next silver in it, let me know. Thank goodness. Right. Today's Seedy Location is a big thank you for the London Meta for supporting me through my little test of courage here, losing my deck, and throwing this nice little tribute tournament on the 25th, which is quite nice. It's nice. It really did boost my spirits, and it's got Spags for playing some games with me, everyone on Jinteki being super nice, and everyone being generally really positive around me, and I really appreciate that, and really gives me a great boost here. Yeah, everyone's just so nice. Thank you very much. Hear ye, what begins are my many matches. Spags! Testing this variations in this custom Botix deck. Now it's got Scorch and MCA Informant in it, not for the kill. It's mainly just to force runners to respect it. If you don't have any kind of thing like that, they're not going to respect the Scorch. They're not going to respect any of the tags. The main idea is to make them spend their clicks clearing the tags. Unfortunately, there's many ways now to remove tags. MCA Informant gets rid of the Aaron, and if they've got a backup way of doing it, hopefully have this. It'll cost them time and money to get rid of the tags in the other ways. But the main point is make them lose clicks. So it does have load testing, and unfortunately what's going to happen is this game is going to be ironically, the audio of me explaining that the last video just got cut. So yeah, sorry for the awkward clipping there. Either way, what follows is just a series of games of me trying to figure out a custom Botix deck for the tribute tournament, and I hope you enjoy the journey. Spags! Alright, let's do this, people. So I'm going to keep the stun hand, ironically enough. I forget that I'm playing against Wizard, and Wizard is likely to trash things, so yeah, putting down empty remotes is not really a good idea, because Wizard tends to run and trash them. So what do? Yeah, you just what do I do? Yeah, I'm gonna put down agendas. Yeah, I'm gonna put down unprotected agendas. That just seems like the right thing to do. So there it goes. Yeah, and then I'll give him an Adonis, and so yeah, so I'll give him an agenda and an Adonis to trash for free. Well, no, then I changed my mind wisely, thinking give him a trap to warn him at least. People do tend to want the outside, I find. I mean, it used to be the inside, but now I'm finding people switching to the outside. So I put a trap there. Hopefully give him the message there. But he doesn't run at all. He just sets up, which surprised me. And I remembered that I'm running against wizards, so I score the agenda and pray for ice, because if there's no ice on top of this, then there's 16 pieces of ice in this. If there's no ice there, then yeah, well, I regret nothing. I tried. I had no choice there. I had to dig. If there was agendas on the top there, then I was screwed either way, so it was the best thing I could do. Now my hope is that he still runs the trap, but he doesn't. He wisely runs archives, unfortunately. So what I would like to do now, looking back on this, is probably put down the Adonis. So I'll just use the money from that, put down the Adonis. Yes, I do put down the Adonis this time. And then, oh yeah, I put it on the same server. I think I should have put it on 2 separate servers, because then it would have wasted an extra click. But I put down something else there anyway. So, because I don't think he's going to spend all 3 clicks, but he'll spend 2 clicks. Oh, yeah, he does take the agenda, because I completely forget. I'm just thinking that he won't not run, but he does run. See, the thing is, if I did put down all remotes separate, made them free, he wouldn't have won the inside one, because he would have just left it now, I imagine. So I think it was the best of both worlds doing that. Oh dear. Yeah, no, there's no way I could have got around that more efficiently, really. So now I've finally got a pop-up window. I've just got different forms of econ here. So if he's going to be running, I might as well put a pop-up window there, and it can just probably get me multiple credits per turn, or at the very least soak up a parasite, because I've just seen the cipher there, and I've got enough ice for him to chew through. So if he doesn't chew through it, then I gain money, and I can res even bigger stuff. One thing I'd like to do with the price is to put on R&D and HQ, or whatever he's running. If he's got a yeah, there it is, right there, a Temujin contract, because I'm finding that one of the issues this game is having is little to no R&D defense without ice. I mean, Jinteki has snare, and now HB is getting some really nice upgrades. I mean, Price Sec is a good upgrade. Black level clearance is an excellent upgrade. Unfortunately, the likes of what's it called, Ash, can be blanked nowadays, and while I do like red herrings out of MBN, I still think that HB could use some more upgrade based traps, let's say, because Jinteki has that Hokusai grid, which does 1 net damage, and I feel that yeah, NBN HB should be getting some more upgrade based traps like that, because I originally tried to propose black level clearance, which was an operation that acted like a snare, except just stole clicks. But as Damon correctly points out, upgrades are a HB thing, and it would be out of the colour pie. So, and then he made black level clearance, which is just a better version of Seedy Location scan, and I love it. And upon reflecting upon that, I agree. He's correct. Yeah. If you get upgrades of that caliber, then yeah, make more of them. You get more upgrades like Price Tech, yes, great. I mean, give him a faction and an influence, of course, like Wayland or HB. But as long as Jinteki's not just taking up all these net damage cards, and there's no room for variance. I want room for variance. And now he's just all over me. I mean, the game is pretty much over now. I mean, I've got a Scorch there. But he's respecting the tags. Oh dear. And I think he's seen the what's it called, the sweeps week. So he's going to try and stay at 4 cards just so I wouldn't play it. But I'm gonna have to play it eventually. Oh dear, look at all those cards. Oh dear. Now if I'm trying to get Glacier up now, because I've got enough ice, got 16 pieces of ice here. Again, just to give them something to chew through, and it's not really costing me that much to res them. I used to have Indian Stock Exchange in a version of this deck, so I get credits for resing this stuff. So I could have gotten, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 credits out of it. Or 6 credits even. Depending on how many I have res, but he would have trashed them. And again, need more upgrade-based traps. Because I find runners nowadays, they're not going for the remote-based traps. They just seem to sense it. I mean, after they start getting stuff off R&D, after they start getting all the about 3 agendas here, they just hammer R&D till they get lucky, or hammer HQ. They don't bother with remotes unless you get to, unless you're on like match winning point. But I'm far off from that, and you can just hang back and probably let me score out 1 or 2 and not have to worry about it. Because he's got the R&D lock. Yeah, he's got the medium out. See, and that's when the game's over, really. See, at this point, the game is just over. I mean, I can't really destroy his rig. Again, I've got 3 copies of what's it called, Aggressive Secretary. I don't see 1 because he trashes them all for R&D before I get to use them, and never gets money low enough for a Healing Beta Test. I don't have it in this deck, but again, Healing Beta Test wouldn't help. Bad Times wouldn't help because you need tags. It's just very little I can do. Again, until Tunnel Director comes out and you get Black Level Clearance, which does something. Just very little for me to do, unfortunately. I think I managed to keep calm through this. Just what's the 1 credit tax is just nowhere near enough. And he's got no connections there. It's just okay. Maybe a cyber scan would be nice, but that's at best a delay, and it costs a card slot. He knows I'm not going to score this out. I got rid of the G's model Bioroids in this. I should put this on R&D, but I put on HQ instead. Completely forgetting to protect R&D. But I suppose it's because he knows that the NAPD is in there. That's why I do it. And it works one time. And I had what's it called? Enhanced Login Protocol. Enhanced Login Protocol is actually a good combination with this. I had Ronin 5, but I couldn't set the Ronin 5 enough. It just didn't have enough assets down. I should probably put that back because it was a good combination, especially when you get 2 of them. And it's like, yeah, you could trash both the price X, but then you're going to be stuck with the tags unless you got a way to move them instantly. So I actually might bring it back, but again, the consistency is terrible. And that's the issue of all the custom decks. There's lots of 1-ofs and 2-ofs, and it's nowhere near as consistent. And not to mention all the conditionals on top of that. And again, I'm loving this. I'm having a blast. May not look it. I'm having a bad time because I'm having an issue with my biology. Once again, I have many genetic defects. As you can see right now, I'm experiencing a nosebleed. At least it's not a brain bleed. That's kind of annoying, but there we go. Yeah, it's just I'm having to rest up. Surprised how long I'm still alive for. I'm going to have to cut ahead on this because, yeah, I'm going to cut ahead on this. Here we go. Right, skipping to the end of the game. I basically locked down his Sentry Breaker, but he's still got the Parasites so he can get through it. The real aim of this deck, as I mentioned, is to just basically steal clicks and then trash the rig and then lock it down. You got the Scorched Earth and MCA to scare them. So now I'm at the point where I'm trying to get my econ up. I can't do it because, you know, wizard, duh, good card. So I've got, you know, backup econ in forms of sweeps week, hedge funds, and not much else. You know, I should move away from assets, I guess. But one is a witch nowadays. Still got the R&D lock on, and he parasite a few of my ice away. I use Zed to trash his Cipher, but he's not really worried about that anymore because he can just walk through all the ice there, and I can't trash any more of his rig because he's just focusing on R&D, and he got rid of my aggressive secretaries. So I've got no way of stopping him. So I'm just trying to put as much tax in there as possible, but it's not enough. So I try and split focus, try and get him to run other servers. That he's just not going for it. He's just not going for any of the traps there. I should have put over R&D. I mean, it would have slowed him down slightly, maybe, hopefully. But here it comes. He attacks HQ now. Cannot defend. I think that was a next gold there that US, because that was a next gold and a Cobra. Damn it. So yeah, he got me really good there. So I could, if I had one more credit, I could have rezzed that next gold and trashed the rest of his wig and kept him out. But no, he did it. No. Actually, if I trashed it, he would have just reinstalled it. Duh. Ugh. Wow. Maybe I should start packing Blacklist. Anyway, against this nice gentleman here named Sanjay. Seems to have a really good choice here with Nero, considering how sentry heavy this version of my custom Bosix is. I mean, I try to trap people with sentries by, you know, trashing the sentries with aggressive secretary, then locking them down. That's my main key thing there. Criminals tend to have 3, I find, which is kind of annoying. Be it 2 Mongoose and a Fem, which can be quite devastating. Oh dear. Now this is very interesting, seeing EcoMind. Never seen EcoMind really used in Criminal before. I'm not saying, well, I've seen it played once, but only in complete jank, but never in Nero. No, it was only once. It was with no, it was with an Anarch, that Anarch person who's fluid. I don't know which gender they are, and I can't pronounce their name, but they're free from barriers. That should be enough to let you know who I'm talking about. Wow, and he's got supply now. He's going to start installing a whole lot of stuff. Yep, a whole lot of stuff. I need to get my butt moving now, so I'm just trying to rush out agendas. I don't see inside job in this. Inside job at this point makes no sense considering the amount of setup they're doing. They're in this for the long game, so I don't see any short game benefits here. So I'm just aiming up that accelerated beta test so I can fire it and take care of whatever happens later. I completely forget that he can bounce sentries, so I'm thinking, oh yeah, I might as well res it, get rid of some of his cards. But I forget that he can just jack out, and he does, and it acts like a barrier keeping him out. And I tell him this, but the added benefit is now I can still score that ABT next turn. And yeah, there we go. Ooh dear. Yeah, Nero's going to be really troublesome for this deck because I try to use surprise sentries, and again, if he can just jack out, it just, well, it does end the run. But if Nero can get through when he thinks he can get through, then you know, then sentry is not doing its job. And here we go, fire it off. Quite a good spread here. Now I'm going to protect archives because even though I don't think there's going to be any quick benefits, I don't want to allow any temaging contracts which might happen. So I'm just going to protect archives. Just in case, because I still, while this deck does seem kind of balanced without temaging, I'm just going to prepare for the worst. Also protect that agenda and expect runs on HQ, so I might as well get credits for it. But I didn't realise my mistake here. Don't do that against criminal. I mean, if they account siphon you, they can account siphon you from 4 credits. You're just feeding them rather than feeding yourself. You should have put over R&D or the remote. If they're going to account siphon you, it's going to happen. Oh dear. Right. Long story short, I'm going to get siphon spammed into hell now. So I think we should probably just cut ahead to that. And I think that would be wise. Unfortunately, I seem to have lost the rest of this video, so I'm just going to cut ahead. Basically, he account siphon spams me to hell, basically. But he leaves 1 tag because he doesn't have enough clicks. So I managed to scorch him once. He uses the sports hopper just to get some extra cards, even though I'm still 1 credit shy using a second scorch. Yeah, so I arc clocked down 3 of his account siphons, but I was way too late. I should have done it earlier. He's account siphoned me just enough that I can't activate 2 traps. I put in the third remote. I'll have 2 price decks in there, along with an aggressive secretary, just to get rid of the overmind. But since he can't siphon me down to 0 before making a run on that remote, all these traps fail. And because of that, he makes a run on HQ when I've got 2 agendas in there with a HQ interface, and I've got 5 cards there. He gets both cards, and I just needed just 1 agenda just to maybe get to 6 points, because I do manage to get another agenda out there. And it would have been an excellent game. I could have closed it out and won it, but no, he played it excellently. He bounces off the Z, he bounces off the Cobra, he bounces off all my bounces off at least 3 sentries here to win this game. So every time I thought I had him, no, he just survives. It was amazing. Well played, Sanjay. Well played. Spags!